Tinubu dragged to Lagos court over missing $2.1 billion and 3.1 trillion naira fuel subsidy money. Can you imagine? And that is why this is exactly why Okojiwala has come out to say that the people who are behind the fuel subsidy matter in Nigeria are big and powerful people. And that was why her own mother was even kidnapped because of intervention as the then Minister for Finance. Okay, so now Tinubu has been taken to court to come and explain. That's to tell you that the first subsidy thing is not going to make sense. The same way the Naira redesign policy did not make sense. And right now, we're all in shambles. And all the money they wasted, in that project is now a project that is going to die because there's no result from it. The same way we wasted over 3 billion or how much 300 billion naira for elections, and at the end of the INEC messed it up. So this one now, they just said they have removed first subsidy. It's just initial gragra, because even the person removing the first subsidy now has been taken to court, even as he's assuming presidency in Nigeria. So how is that matter going to go? So he's talking about first subsidy. Now Tinubu is taken to court on it because he has hand in some of the money, according to this write-up, where they're going to look through. Arresting Emefiele is also not going to make sense because Emefiele has served all of them, including Tinubu himself, throughout his 9 years as CBN governor. All these ones that are just doing a bracadabra for us. God will expose the reality of all of these things. With just about 2 weeks in office, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been sued over the failure to prove the allegations that 2.1 billion US dollars and 3.1 trillion naira public fund of oil revenues had budgeted as fuel subsidy payments are missing and unaccounted for, okay, between 2016 and 2019. Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) filed the lawsuit following what it called grim allegations by the Auditor General of the Federation in 2016 and 2019 annual reports that the public funds are missing. In the suit filed last Friday at the Federal High Court in Lagos, SERAP is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Tinubu to promptly prove allegations that 2.1 billion dollars and 3.1 trillion naira public funds are missing and unaccounted for between 2016 and 2019. SERAP should have also dragged Buhari to court now before Buhari left. This was what happened between 2016 and 2019. And this was during Buhari's tenure. So, okay, so now Tinubu is needed to do what now? To go and bring Buhari to account for it, or to go and bring what is the name? To go and bring what do they call them? The Accountant General of the nation then, who made all these reports, to come and explain. SERAP is also seeking an order of mandamus to compel President Tinubu to direct the anti-corruption agencies to promptly probe fuel subsidy payments made by government since the return of democracy in 1999, name and shame and prosecute suspected perpetrators, and to recover any proceeds of crime. These ones do not go work now. All these ones are initial gragra. Tinubu cannot prove all of them because he knows them and they know him. They wine and dine. They know where they meet at night. It's only the daytime they come and just do kabu for us. This is not going to. It's not going to go anywhere. SERAP is also seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Tinubu to use any recovered proceeds of crime as palliatives to address the impact of the subsidy removal on poor Nigerians, and to put in place mechanisms for transparency and accountability in the oil sector. So when they recover the money that has been looted, they use them for palliatives. Is that the right move? This case is dead on arrival, because first of all, that is a misplaced priority. Okay, so even though Tinubu knows people behind subsidy and he cannot probe them, because at the end of the day they might end up even dragging him into it. That is one part. Saying that they should use whatever that they will recover from that and to implement palliatives to cushion the effect of subsidy removal is also another scam, because now they have borrowed $800 million, yes, to use as palliative. E. So the question is, who is making the list for the palliative? Who is going to be the beneficiary? What is the criteria for drafting that list? Who is inside? Nobody knows. So, first of all, we have priority projects in Nigeria. All our infrastructures, social infrastructures are dead. Roads are not working. Electricity is not working. Hospital, medical system is not working. So, what are we talking? Security system is in shambles. So, and these are the life wires of an economy. We are not talking about doing projects that will revive those sectors. We are talking about using the proceed from probes to be used as palliative to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. Subsidy service is scam. The removal now is also very close to being a scam. So what are we saying here? So Serap, this case is already dead on arrival. I am pretty sure of this one. Very sure of this one. That is the truth. In the suit, Serap is arguing that the allegations that $2.1 billion and 3.1 trillion naira of public funds are missing an unaccounted amount to a fundamental breach of national anti-corruption laws and the country's international obligations, including under the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, to which Nigeria is a state party. Okay, so all of these ones now, even though we know that all of them in place and Nigeria is a party to the International Anti-Corruption Convention, the fact remains that Nigeria is a corrupt state, and almost everybody in government, both in past and present, have hand in one way or the other in the corruption that's affecting Nigeria. Because the idea that when you get there, it is your turn, and then your turn, you have to take your share and go. So that everybody is seeing is being there in government as his turn to take his own share. So, and that is exactly the reason corruption will never end, both in the politics and in civil service and all around every aspect of life of Nigeria. So this matter is already dead on arrival, to the best of my knowledge, because Tinubu, there are people that are behind this scam, this fuel subsidy scam, that that Nigerian government cannot, that are even part of them. That is what that they are part of it. Them, they are each other. That they know themselves. They are colleagues. They may be from different parties, but they are colleagues at night. They are colleagues in the whatever they belong to. They are colleagues in everything. They cannot prove themselves. Dog not a chop dog. Except dog when smoke igbo or drink ogogoro. That's what it some be. They continue just doing gragra. Even Emefiele is arrested, he can't do nothing about Emefiele. We're going to hear that Emefiele has been released and the case is closed, because if Emefiele open his mouth, wahala go dey. That's one part. Number two, just similar to the probing of NDDC that happened by the National Assembly, that somebody fainted or mimicked fainting so that the case will end. And when Akpabio was to open his mouth to talk what happened at that NDDC, he was almost indicting even the members of the probing panel. And then they were asking him, off your mic, off your mic, off your mic. So why were they offing their mic? Because even the people that were assigned to go and do the investigation are also beneficiaries of the proceeds from that matter they're investigating. So how does it work? And that is how that probing of the NDDC has ended till tomorrow. The same Akpabio that was to be probed is now gradually going to become the Senate president of the 10th National assembly. So what are we saying? Everybody in Nigeria now that have been in government or that is currently in government has hand in the corruption in Nigeria, both small and great. So it's going to be very difficult to prove. Let Tinubu syrup, sugar, and sleep. Let Tinubu not start what he cannot finish, because they will drag him into the mud. And already he's in the mud, because even the way he won the election to become the president is fraudulent. And he cannot, now that just doing everything to patch themselves. I don't know, only God knows how that presidential election tribunal is going to end, because we are not even expecting justice from that tribunal, because they are themselves. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.